What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you guys are new, welcome. We are starting the week off hot and heavy with a god roll guide for y'all for the Scavenger's Fate, the new precision frame void shotgun that came out with Act 2 inside of Revenant right here. We got ourselves some good rolls for PvP, PvE, definitely better in the PvP realm in my personal opinion. But first off, we got ourselves the origin trait of Dark Ether Reaper. Final blows with this weapon periodically spawn Dark Ether charges. Charges can detonate early with weapon fire or coming into contact with them. Doing so refills the weapon from reserves. So starting us out PvE side of this thing, we got ourselves corkscrew rifling as our barrel with, in my opinion, a reload masterwork. The jack of all trades barrel just felt right in my opinion because we do got 3 options for magazines. All right, our 3 magazines that we got are Assault Mag as our first one, plus 5 rounds a minute, plus we get 15 to stability. Probably would be my #1 choice out of all of these for the PvE side of things. Second option is a Pendant Mag. We get 1 extra shot in the magazine, so nothing too crazy, would probably be the 3rd out of 3 choices for me. So second choice, we got ourselves Tactical Mag, the 1 to magazine, plus 10 to reload, plus 5 to stability. So better than a Pendant Mag, but not as good as Assault in my opinion. Like I said, nothing too crazy about this for PvE. We got 2 perks in this third column. Repulsor Brace as the first one, defeating a void debuff targets grants us overshield. Very good for like a Gyrfalcon's Hunter. Plus we do got destabilizing rounds in the 4th column. Your second option in the 3rd column here is Dual Loader. Reload an additional shot at a time. It definitely is what I would choose if you are going for a little bit higher DPS or just output of shots, if you will. 4th column, couple options for you. Destabilizing is our first one. Those final blows cause volatility explosions to happen, so pairs very well with the Repulsor Brace in our 3rd column. Next option, we got ourselves a Vorpal weapon. We get 15% damage increase on this against bosses, vehicles, guardians, and their super, so not a bad option if you're using it for champions, stuff like that. Surrounded is a good perk, both PvE, PvP, so when we are surrounded by 3 or more targets, we get bonus damage. Nice little 40% increase to that damage, so definitely a very good thing to have for a shotgun. Last but not least, we got ourselves Frenzy. Being in combat for a short duration gives us that damage increase, which is 15% damage across the board, so better than Vorpal weapon in my personal opinion, but we got different options. Of course, I would probably go with Surrounded as my #1 for damage, and then Destabilizing if you're using it for that Overshield Repulsor Brace, add clear side of things. So with it, I think overall PvE, there's definitely better shotguns. I really like the slug shotguns better than pellet shotguns in PvE, so I think I'd probably give this thing like a 3.8, maybe 3.9 out of 5 for the PvE realm. Could be better, but definitely not bad, and I like the precision frame. Feels very crispy in my hands, especially in PvP. Now for the PvP realm, we got ourselves a Small Bore as our first barrel right here with a range masterwork, plus 7 to stability and range, gives us 93 in range with 51 in stability on this bad boy, so pretty disgusting for this shotgun with a precision frame. In the magazine column, we got ourselves Accurized rounds, giving us that plus 10 to range. Like I said, almost stacking this out all the way to 100 already. 3 different options in this 3rd column. First off, we got Lone Wolf. We get aim assist, ADS, and airborne effectiveness when we are near no allies. So if you're going off all by yourself or the last one alive in trial, something like that, Lone Wolf is a pretty solid PvP perk. Second option is Perpetual Motion, especially with a shotgun. You're always bopping and moving, sliding around. You got handling, stability, reload with this. Handling is definitely what I'm looking for, plus 10 in that bad boy. Stacks it up to ×2, so plus 20. Feeling very fast to hot swap between this and like a hand cannon, something like that. And last but certainly not least, we got ourselves Slide Shot, my personal favorite. Sliding reloads the magazine, plus we get a boost to range, which is plus 20 to range, so we are gonna have it at 100 range when we have Slide Shot procced, allowing us to absolutely map guardians. Would probably be my #1 choice, followed by Lone Wolf. Fourth column, we got ourselves closing time. It definitely is probably the #1 choice for this. We got improved range accuracy handling as the magazine gets lower. It is super, super good inside of the Crucible. Definitely would suggest this over anything for this fourth column. I really think your only other viable option is probably Surrounded. We got like Vorpal and Frenzy, but they are like situational. Surrounded is pretty nice because a 40% damage increase is pretty disgusting, but 15, you're already getting one shot anyways. Vorpal, same kind of concept. I like having this rounded at plus 40s, pretty juicy, but closing time's definitely the first option. Slide shot, closing shot, or just slide shot with Surrounded, pretty good. Even that Lone Wolf closing time is a very good option. With this precision frame, feels very Revenant of the Dust Rock Blues, but in our energy slot with that Void Burn on it, would probably throw this thing at like a 4.6 out of 5, maybe even a 4.7. Feels very good. Have been using it alongside like my Found Verdict Duality. Those are probably my two most used shotguns in that energy slot. I know people like the Matador for some reason. I just can't get behind it for some reason, but this thing definitely up there and feels very good. So y'all get to grinding out these new weapons from Ido, and with our new little Tomb of the Elders and these Dark Ether Reaper origin trait weapons. So definitely a banger. We got our next god roll is going to be that Noxious Vetverta, which is that Arc SMG. So be on the lookout for that. Don't be afraid to like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell so you get the notifications for these god rolls as well as the guides that we put out. I appreciate all you for doing that, and always come back to the channel. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.